So welcome back, guys, to another best of 3 sets, and this one's gonna be very interesting because first things first, this one is from our most recent batch, most recent time, and this is gonna be the end of the nostalgia fest that we had between Dash and XtinC. And joining us tonight, this is still afternoon actually, but this afternoon is Mr. XtinC casting his own game. So it's gonna be a little different, guys. We're gonna be asking him here and there a few things that are gonna be going on into the game in terms of what he's building into, what he's planning, in terms of his thought process, because the best person to criticize yourself is truly yourself. But first things first, this guy needs no introduction because he can introduce himself here on the top right of this game, of this match. It's our golden Zerg, XtinC.
Yeah! Go extinct!
That's kinda... Okay. And his opponents on the bottom left, it's our red Protoss. Basically the guy we're gonna be featuring a lot in these replays. It's eXoDaSh.
Boo!
The bias is so real. So already, guys, you know that this is a bias cast, and we are gonna get a hatchery first from Mr. XtinC. So yeah, hatchery first. Why do you like hatchery first so much?
It's a really standard play. Like basically it's the most standard play. You can defend anything with hatch first. You can defend cannon rush, gateway, proxy gateway, or any shenanigans that products do.
That's true. And hatchery first is just like I'm playing macro. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. I want to build the swarm. I want to build a lot of things, and Dash in the meantime trying to be bothered with that's pro. But since the hatchery first has been spotted, Dash is immediately gonna go for the 1 gate 1 core wall on into the natural. And interesting enough, we got XtinC gonna get that gas. He did have 2 workers actually on this extractor. Then by the 60 gas mark, he got 3. So you don't immediately get the metabolic boost. So what's usually your timing here? Because this is like such a small little nuance you can actually work on.
Basically, I don't take a drone off the minerals to keep them 16. I just rally the upcoming drones to make it 3 drones on the gas.
Okay, so but you're not going for metabolic boost yet. You're kind of floating.
Yeah.
Forgetting about this. Well,
no, I'm gonna go overload speed here this game.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Basically, when you're going overload speed, you get overload speed first before you get link speed in ZVP. In ZVT, it's different. You get link speed first because you can get Hellions, turn gets Hellions earlier. Then you get overload speed.
That's true. Because basically you're playing against P. The thing you're defending against at the worst is Adepts, right? And you can use your queens for that if you do have the proper crease spread, when you have the connections. And since the Zergans are gonna be there as well, then they're gonna try their best, but honestly they're really terrible units against Adepts in the first place. But we see XtinC going for a 3rd base. You're feeling very secure right now, aren't you?
Yeah, like right now I see there's nothing wrong. There's nothing too crazy just of yet until I get my overload speed. So that's why I just get my 3rd base real quick. Because when you get your 3rd base, it's basically you're all set for a mid-game based defense.
Yeah, I love it. And you see the value of the Overlord speed here. I can scout anything I want, see everything without any problems whatsoever. And well, I can actually go for ventral sacks later on. I can go for some really good overseer spots. And yeah, I like Carapace. It is such a useful upgrade. It is basically you having free scouting secured for a good part of the early game, and that's when really it matters. And so Dash though will be going for the Chrono Boost onto Twilight Council. It will be an immediate upgrade, and just by telling what the units being used in the first place, this might be a mass Adepts, and Glaive is gonna be looking pretty potent. Yeah. So how are you gonna respond to this, Mr. XtinC? What's the plan right now, knowing all of this information?
Basically, if you haven't seen any Stargate, you see Twilight or Robo. Basically, that means early aggression. And since I saw the blinking on the Twilight Council with the Chrono Boost, I immediately suspected it's a Glaive Adept. These are the Glaives or Stalkers, but since he has a lot of Adepts, it's a Glaive.
No. Will that be the big brain play? So you go for Mass Adept, then surprise is actually Blink Stalker coming your way.
Yeah. But I don't think that would be the case.
Yeah, it will never. You won't have that money.
So,
it's difficult.
I just try to mask on links, and then roaches when my roach warren is done.
Yeah, but oh, here comes the potential attack here from Mr. EXoDaSh. And I like this here for Dash. He does go for the upgrade first. He will have a good way to really tear through apart those Zerglings. But XtinC with a really good call. He's gone for Roaches already. Now, this is going to be a little bit problem, of course. The Psionic Transfer is quite speedy, but the creep spread is really on point. And well, XtinC with the proper defense onto this third.
Yeah, like basically what you need to do here is you have one army on the front of the adepts, and you have a second army following the shades, because these shades are very deadly once they get to the mineral line.
And all these small things, but first things first, it's Dash right now in behind enemy lines. Gonna be running on around Psionic Transfer right now to try and go for the main or the natural, but already seeing the roaches there is no way to actually come out on alive. So I do want to commit XtinC real quick, because these are some really advanced plays coming in from him, since this is basically a series, if you remember, Mr. Kent, that you guys had the shenanigans of Roach Stalker evolved to something a little better, and now these are just some small little nuances on both of your sides. Now, I want to talk about XtinC first. Spore Crawler in the front line, good adjustment, especially to take care of Warp Prism that overextends. And look at the Overlord placements. He has the Carapace, so he's feeling very secure, not only because of that movement speed, because there's no Stargates, that there are no Phoenixes that are be hunting them down, and this is a lot of vision right now for our Golden Zerg. But on the other side, EXoDaSh going for a Mass Adept play, and I like that he has evolved into something else. He was trying to go for openings here and there. And well, both sides really showing a lot of improvement. Stalkers right now gonna be into the behind as well to try and shut down these XtinCs. Adepts tanking out in the front line because of that damage typing, and a good defense also from our Protoss player.
Yeah, that was a mistake by me. I shouldn't have gone there without Roach speed, I guess. I thought I could deny the Nexus, but he has so much army in the base.
Yeah, there's no way. It's still such a small strike force, and you did have roach speed already. You usually get that reconstitution before you honestly get your critical mask of roaches. So when you see that lair, you are gonna go for the roach speed, and then that's when you get your cycle of roaches coming on. Now, so as soon as you go for the attack, it will be online when you get to the other side of the map. So it really is just timings here and there. So +1 right now onto the range. And what does this usually entail, Mr. XtinC? Obviously, it's gonna be range units, but what is the decision to go Roach Ravager, to go Hydra Lurker, to go Swarm Host? Where does it really lie into?
For me, it depends on the matchup. Like, if he's gonna go for a very robo-heavy composition, like for right now, he went for Twilight and Robo first. It's very good against Swarm House is very good against that, because Robo units take a lot of time to build up, and what you want to do is constantly trade up until you get a mass army, and Swarm House is the best unit to do that.
What do you think about the Swarm House versus Colossus matchup? Is the Swarm House able to get enough of a swarm basically to face off against the Colossi in matchups like that, or can the Colossi really cook things up before the damage gets done? What's the interaction there? Like, what do you think about that matchup?
I think the problem versus Colossus is that you can just send the swarm away from the Colossus, because Colossus just wrecks. Colossus can just wreck
Small units.
swarm host, the Locust.
Cancel.
You need to send the Locust wave away.
Yeah.
Unless you can cut the Colossus on themselves. There's no support unit, there's no Zealots, there's no Stalkers, then basically you can kill it right away.
Okay, that's a really good point, but seems like that's also a really good cancel there from XtinC, realizing situations, not going to be able to get things done there. In the meantime, though, it's XtinC right now facing off the force field nature, and Dash onto the south side, going for the blink forward already. Really aggressive play here from EXoDaSh. Might be a mistake if he gets caught here and now, but XtinC is going to be holding the line. Here we go again, really aggressive play in behind, though. It's the Swarm House being so pesky and shutting down production on that way. Still, though, 63 workers to 63. It seems like XtinC is just trying to reinforce right now with the Locust coming into the fray as well. So Swarm House, though, getting brought along with the all-army command, and that will be the takedown there. Trying to tank things up, trying to be a little bit of that bait and switch to buy some time. And well, EXoDaSh unable to really fulfill his mark there against that base. Interesting enough, though, drones are going to get pulled from the line to go for the fights. And really a few micro mistakes here and there from both sides, but in the end, the Zerg...
What did you do? Did you hit Dash? Did you
Dash?
just kill your him?
Dash? Hello? So yeah, Seeing how you defended that, how do you feel actually? Do you think you could have done that better or what?
I think that's the best scenario for me. He went so deep, and since I have another Locust Wave coming in, I can he just basically lost his army. And I don't mind losing a lot of drones back then because I can easily drone up since I have enough minerals. At the same time, I'm using a swarm host composition, which is a basically 3 units.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And since you didn't really lose any of those farm hosts except one, you can really apply pressure with the Nidus, and it will take a while for Dash to reinforce because of his own mistake. Because he killed that Warp Prism, now he can't go for the advanced nature. He can't really set up a line there. He had to back on outs. And good call here from XtinC. He is going to be looking to punch just a little more with Nidus more Blaze Falcon right now. It's time for the cleanup crew. And it's something you mentioned against a ground-based composition like this. It takes so long to get on over to the other side of the map where the other Nidus Worm is set, and this is going to be free attacks here and there from these annoying units.
Yeah, like basically what you do here is play whack-a-mole, just send Nidus everywhere.
Hold that thought though, interception onto the middle! Here comes the Blink Stalkers right now, playing aggressive yet again. Potential punish though from Roach to the Ravagers, but the bile has been used. And here comes trouble right now! Huge connection there! From XtinC. Dash literally walking into that one, not respecting just those biles flying into the air. And that is just such a good turnabout on to that side because Dash played really smart. He went for the blink forward as soon as he saw the bile come on in, but on that second one, that's a big ball that's getting blown down. And that is pretty bad here right now because the Swarmos are back into the fray. And the Locusts, as you say, free units getting so much value over extinction. My name is the Protoss army. The red Protoss right now has to retreat, but I don't think they're still coming out of this one alive.
I didn't understand why he needs to blink in like that. I mean, that basically kill his units.
The first one was fine. The first one here, that was really good because that was looking for the punish. But moving forward, especially on creep, that's a no sir. Creep is not where you want to be on. And 30 army to 91 with only a handful of minerals, honestly, for Dash. He's not going to be able to really get much done. He also doesn't have the tech, I believe, to get Archons, so he's not going to be able to really use that gas up immediately, besides for sentries. And well, what do sentries do? What do sentries do right now? I don't think they're gonna be able to do much. They still need better units. And speaking of the units, Vile again value, Locust again value, and this is just XtinC winning out in every single part of the map. GG is called. XtinC with the victory. Well played there. And what can you say about your game?
I think Dash could have actually won there if he didn't try to overextend his units. Basically, when he overextends on my third base on the first time, I was able to get a nice round, good damage, and Locust all over his army. And basically, it just snowballed right there.
So how about you? What can you say about yourself, Mr. Ken?
For me, I have a lot of money on the bank. I think I haven't been injecting properly this game. That's one of my problems. Sometimes I keep forgetting to inject, especially when I'm doing swarm host army composition because it's very micro intensive.
Sure.
Basically, you just try to max out on Roach Ravager, a swarm host, and try to trade out very efficiently, and it really costs so much APM.
I have one question for you. When do you transition away from Roach Ravager? Like, Ravagers are really good pretty much all throughout the game, but Roaches are pretty... They have a expiry date. So when is the call? Because when I see this comp, I usually see people stay too long on the Roaches. What do you think? Because especially since it's a comfortable comp for you. When do you go out?
I try to get... Once I get max 200 on Roach Ravager Swarm Host, I try to get Hive right away. And Hive, then either Hydra, then Lurker, then or Spire. It depends on the scenario of the game. Basically, but most likely I would go Lurkers against Protoss in this matchup because the reason why they will try to make a lot of Stalkers and Storm and Archon to defend, and when they try to move out, you can easily surprise them with Lurkers.
Yeah, Lurkers are really tough also. Even if you side-start them, they can pretty much stay alive for a little bit longer. So that's going to be our first game of this series. And well, we'll be returning to you guys very shortly for game number 2. So welcome back, guys. And this is going to be game number 2 out of 3. here for this matchup between XtinC and eXoDaSh. And here we are on World of Sleepers, or as I like to say, the favorite map of the Zerg race. But first things first though, introducing first on the bottom left of World of Sleepers, one map ahead, on the co-cast with me this time as well, to be our Golden Zerg, XtinC. You just laugh at yourself.
Yeah, I like laughing at myself.
It's infectious, honestly. It was just like laugh at yourself. Like, okay, I'll laugh too. His opponent though, on the top right, buddy, pal, friend till the end, a decade in the making. It's gonna be the blue Protoss trying to go for the comeback. EXoDaSh. Just laugh at Dash. I'll take them. I'll take it. I'll take it. Take it. So
It's so much better to laugh than to
yo. Oh, static. Careful with the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
So, World of Sleepers. What do you think about this map? Cause this is a very Zerg favorite map.
This is a map from 2 patches ago, I think. Yeah, I missed this map. Basically, this map is like, can you scoot over to the there? Okay, this is a map from previous
Yeah,
patch.
previous season. Because this is green now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe this used to be a Zerg favorite map because
Still
of
is.
the gas. Now, no. This
no, it
map,
still
no.
is. It still is. I mean, it's not ultra Zerg favorite, but it still is. You know, it still
Yeah.
is to a point because, as Mr. XtinC was trying to build on, this used to be a rich Vespene geyser, and it's so easy for the Zerg. This is your main, this is your natural, this is your third, because it allows you to go for a straight line approach onto the opponent's side, and it's very aggressive. You can play really aggressive here on World of Sleepers. It's not too much of a sleeper, honestly. It's more of like World of Awake and trying to just tear your face off. But anyway, we are gonna see the hatchery right now set up by Mr. XtinC. In the meantime, EXoDaSh with the wall, and the thing about World of Sleepers also, it's a little awkward to actually get that wall on. It's a pretty long place to navigate. Yeah, anyway though, natural right now gonna be coming on up, and hopefully Mr. XtinC is a-okay. He does get the scouts onto the natural. Queens are coming on out as well. And what is usually your priority for queens, Mr. Kent? Is it really that spawn larva? Is it a creep tumor to start things off? And in terms of that numbers, you go for 2 immediately for your 2 hatcheries. Is that really how you want to play things out?
Basically, ZVP. The first energy.
Oh man, you're staticking really badly suddenly. What happened? You might want to check your wire underneath, or check your connection with from desktop to ano, and see how you're holding it too, because you're suddenly like staticking while you're talking. It's kind of heartbreaking. I think so.
Okay now?
I think so. So you can go back to your point as we just watch this. We'll watch this attempt do pretty much nothing.
Yeah, basically in ZVZ and ZVP, I like to go for injects first on the first 2 queens. And ZVT, I like to get the tumor out as much as possible.
Yeah, and it really just goes to show the aggression that the opposing side can do. Hellions, you really have to respect them, so you need that speed. When compared to against Protoss, against Zerg, you're gonna be able to keep things up as much as possible anyway, and sometimes those extra numbers can be very important. But I like this here from XtinC. He's gonna go for the Oracle opening. It is gonna be looking to be as pesky as possible. And what is gonna be its archetype, its transition? Oh, it's the double Oracles that are coming our way. So with 2 Oracles, well, it is really a very potent destructive force onto the mineral line. And you can use that for a few abilities here and there. So what usually is the call to try and defense against this one? Because you went for the pull, but you still lost a bunch of drones in that regard.
I think I lost 3 drones there. Basically, just you need to have spores and queen. Basic spores and queen can easily defend 1 oracle.
Yeah, and you just pray that it will eventually die. But the thing is, how do you minimize casualties? How do you minimize losses on that front?
You need to basically. I think I have my spores here a little late. If your opponent is going for Stargate, you really need to have your spores by 3:30 to 3:40. 3:40 time, so that when the oracle came to your base, there's already spores there.
Yeah, because the Oracle has such a quick TTK against drones. Even just that small little slip up there from XtinC costing him 2 more drones there, and well, at the very least, Dash is forcing defensive reaction from XtinC, so it will secure him a pretty safe third along the way. Now, honestly, as a spectator, you would think like, why do you even bother with Oracle openings if they are just gonna defend this way? But the fact of the matter is, the defense has to come. The defense has to be the response against the Oracles, and it doesn't even matter how many kills these things do get. Just the fact that you have to defend against them is basically the respect that it deserves, right, Mr. XtinC?
It just keeps the Zerg very honest. Like it keeps the Zerg to not try to drone so super hard and make sure they get defense, because once the Zerg has like its proper drone count, like 70-80 drones early on, it can be very hard for the products to defend the attack, or try to keep up with the macro, since Zerg can just power up units so hard,
That's
and
true.
80 drones.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You hit that magic number of 80. I've seen a few pro players go above that and go even all the way to 100. But for you, what's your sweet spot? What's your sweet spot in drone count?
Sweet spot is 80 drones. 80.
Yeah.
Then if I'm doing something like Ravager, Lingbane, aggression, I even try to draw up to 90 or 100 drones, and just
Yeah.
try to mass Ravager, Lingbane over and over again to the opponent until he basically dies.
Yeah, just crumbles apart. But since we got a lot of things going on in terms of macro, we got the Hydra right here, right now for Mr. XtinC. He wants to go all the way to the other side of the map and dash. Good pylon placement, honestly. I think he has one extra, but the thing about this, you want to have this pylon formation so you are defending yourselves against links with any kind of units. And right now, Dash is gonna go for the when in doubt build gateways, because when you have floating money, why not just build a gateway? Because you can use it in the future. Psystorm now coming our way, and well, it's gonna be looking for a big formation drop apparently onto the main base. Warp for some set on up, and these big blue balls of energy going for the fight. Good pull though from Mr. XtinC. He's able to save those drones along the way. Needs to be careful though with the ones on the natural. What are they doing? Where are you going?
I don't know. I think I control pick my units there.
But oh, the save from Mr. XtinC. From Mr. Dash rather. XtinC cannot get the kill onto the Archon in time. It still has a little bit of HP, getting some little bit of extra value with the Psionic Shockwaves. And well, Dash with extreme harassment. XtinC not looking able to keep up whatsoever. The charge shots catching out these Hydras. And oh my, what a decisive drop there from Mr. EXoDaSh. XtinC is just trying to figure out what to do, what to defend with, and that is gonna be game.
Yeah, I think I thought he's going for a macro based game, and basically he just went Archon drop. I didn't have any roaches. I didn't go for Roach Warren. If you're gonna see the game, basically, if he's going for Archon drop, you need roaches to defend it, because Lynx and Hydras early on won't be able to defend it easily.
That's true. That's true. It's so soft. You just see the difference of the Hydras, and even though you can potentially kill the Warp Prism with the Hydralisk, well, it's just not gonna happen. And now we're on conundrum, Mr. XtinC, because you didn't send in a third game, and it's 1-1. So maybe we'll leave it like that. It's a cliffhanger, ladies and gentlemen, and maybe we'll see them come back to their roots. Maybe a head-to-head show match or something like that, or maybe in the future tournaments. But it really goes to show, compare it to their 2018 to their 2019 match in WESG. Oh, it was like 2018 rather. So the 2017, 2018, and then their gameplay today. Such a big evolution. So kudos to XtinC and EXoDaSh. Love to see these guys go further. And thanks for, explaining what you got, Mr. Kent. And I wish you said the game 3 just to figure out who actually won the series. But some things, and sometimes life, ends with a mystery.